Welcome back, guys. Hope you've had a wonderful, amazing weekend. And you may have noticed something around here, guys. Did anyone notice? I was just like gone. 3 days, missing in action. Just disappeared. Wasn't planning on like 3 days off, my bad. I wanted to really get back into my training after being sick. And yeah, 1 day off turned into 2, which turned into 3. But yeah, now I return. And we've got what looks to be a very entertaining video by Paper Bag Boy. So let's get back into things by watching this video together, shall we? Sounds like some of the VAs in the SAG clique are mad at Kaylee Mills getting replaced by this new VA who has remained anonymous so far. And it looks like we've got the buffering, guys. No way. It's so over. Nothing a little refreshing can't take care of. Let's try this again, shall we?
So Genshin's new voice actor is here, and just like clockwork, all of the Genshin VAs that got absolutely recast are, let's just say, going after her again, going after another voice actor for replacing Kaylee Mills.
I mean, I guess they're trying to, but she's still anonymous, right? I remember there were people mad early on being like, oh yeah, anonymous, that just means AI. And it's like, no, it doesn't. It means probably trying to avoid getting harassed by a bunch of creeps.
Again, the same way that they did with Jacob Takanashi. If you asked yourself why they kept, Ketching's new VA and Paimon's new VA out of the loop and kept them absolutely anonymous, well, this is why. But let's just look at this. Hoyo has chosen to...
Just to pause really quick, too. Or it could be like what the top comment here says. They might have wanted to remain anonymous themselves. It might not be Hoyo's decision. Guess we don't know for sure. But, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be... I think I'm like more likely leaning to it being their personal decision, not Hoyo's.
Leave the new VAs anonymous, at least for now. Almost certainly this is to avoid a repeat of the abuse hurled at Jacob Takanashi for taking over the role as Kanish. If you happen to recognize one of the new voices or otherwise find out who it is, please keep it to yourself so that the new VAs don't have to deal with that drama. Abso-freaking-lutely, but of course, these VAs that were getting fired and recasted for striking in solidarity with SAG-AFTRA, you know that they have that clique mindset and that they will attack any new voice actor strictly just because they took a role or a job from somebody that wasn't even striking with SAG.
But yeah, they literally want to do that. Like, they like having an excuse to harass people. And then they're also like very selfish, egotistical people as well, and they think it makes them look better to their clique of creeps. So, yep.
Here we've got all kinds of voice actors coming back, boys. All kinds of VAs. The Genshin VAs are back. That is right. The ones that were striking for AI protections and striking in solidarity. There are a bunch of them that are back. So make sure you stick around to the end because we're going to go through them. But first, look at this. This could have just wanted to be anonymous themselves too. That too as well. This isn't new for Hoyo Games or just any media with names tied to it. Brana's HSR VA goes by a stage name after all. It's probably a choice on their end and they deserve that privacy since it's their right. Yes, you don't have to go that far. Signora's VA never revealed themselves. Yes, honestly, 200 IQ play based on how this community acts. I remember back when anyone else who even likes the character would get continuously mocked and harassed for it, the VA would have never been a prime target for them. Let's just say,
wait, the VA would have, right? I think it says.
I absolutely believe it's strictly because, Jacob Takanashi's situation, considering the fact that they literally fired Kaylee Mills, I assume, over the Jacob Takanashi situation, and it's been for a while. But listen.
So this is actually like two completely different things, though, just to fill in Paper Bag Boy here a little bit. This goes back to like early Genshin, and a lot of people hated Signora, like the character, not the VA. But the character, because of how she freaking had to ambush Venti like a loser and then kicked him in the stomach like some sort of creep. Basically like a terrible scumbag character. But she always had like some diehard fans that wanted her to become playable. And then let's just say that kind of isn't possible now because Raiden Shogun taught her a good lesson. I mean, maybe it's not a lesson if she's not alive to remember what she was taught. But let's just say like Signora... it didn't work out well for her in the end, All this is to say that some people speculated that Signora's VA wanted to remain anonymous because she kind of knew that this character would be hated. Again, like not everyone hates her. Probably most people are impartial, but yeah, that's just part of the reason or part of the speculation that people have about why that VA is anonymous. And then similarly, people point out what happened to Kokomi's VA. This was also something that happened years ago, but if I recall, it was the Chinese VA that was getting harassed by actually like this was not voice actors harassing the VA. This was part of the Chinese community, emphasizing part, not all, just a part, a small fraction, if you will, that, like, I think they were mad at Kikomi, saying it's like a bad character, and then they were like harassing the VA about it in her chat, and she had to like restrict her live stream so that the chat wasn't filled with people just like hating Kikomi and like trying to take out their frustrations about Kikomi onto her.
Considering the fact that they literally fired Kaylee Mills, I assume, over the Jacob Takanashi situation. And
well, she's trying to say it's because of the same reason that Karina, Paimon's ex-VA, gave, and still feels so good saying that, ex-VA. Which, of course, was like, oh, I told them I wanted to come back, but only if they sign the agreement.
It's been for a while, but listen to this. Oh my god, the new catching voice has leaked for Genshin Impact, and it's fucking terrible. Link is not a joke. That's pathetic. We'll show the new VA in a minute, but this is insane. Please come back and rescue catching. No. Jesus effing Christ. It's so
oh my gosh, is that Pomeranian of Doom? What is wrong with Bluesky where it's such a small group of people that we constantly see the same ones over and over again? Like, what the frick? How every single time one of the same people always pops up? It's crazy.
Fucking awful. By far the worst downgrade in all of Hoyo recast. That's insane because I didn't like Kaylee Mills to begin with. I like Kaylee Mills as a VA, right? Her voice is kind of decent, but with how unprofessional she acts, yeah, buddy, you just can't go with that. You can't go with that. That's the wild card. You know what I mean? That is the wild card. But of course, Pomeranian of Doom comes in. Karina Butker's alt account.
Friggin' Paperback Boy just says it.
Comes in to literally attack this VA too. Did they just pick another UK voice actor and then force them to try and speak an American accent again? Clearly not. You'll hear whenever we listen to it that they are absolutely not trying to hide their UK voice accent. First of all, the reason why they're going with UK voice actors is because American voice actors that are tied to SAG are insufferable. They're not professional enough to deal with. So if they're going with UK voice actors, it's your fault as a VA. Okay, you siding with SAG-AFTRA and you staying with that terrible, evil company is the reason why companies are fleeing out to the east, away from the US.
He's not wrong. Paperback Boy is not wrong. More VAs should leave that corrupt union when they can. I don't know like how the contract works that they sign to join the union, but clearly at some point you can leave. And we've already seen Erica, Venti's VA, doing her best to separate from the union and even call them out based.
Okay, but it sure sounds like it. Both Escoffier and now Catching really don't have know how to suppress.
Okay, question for chat because I don't know how to say that one. Escoffier, I don't know. But Kaching is Kaching. So at least I got that one. But yeah, I'm curious. Escoffier, I don't even know.
Themselves are these American VAs that they think that a voice actor from the UK should suppress their accent to sound more American so that it would be good. Are you kidding me?
I'm so confused what that take is like trying to say. Kaching really don't know how to suppress an accent. Yeah, I don't know. Are they saying they don't want her to sound like British or something? I don't know.
Isn't that just one of the most...
Because that would be like the voice direction, wouldn't it? Like trying to make it sound more like old Kaching or something. I have no idea like what they're getting at there.
Yeah, literally, they're so humble, guys. They are so humble. They're just the most humble VAs. They're so humble. Oh my goodness, this is insane. It is pretty clear that their only intent is to hire UK voice actors due to the fact that striking is not legally protected in the UK. If they authentically wanted to hire talents from the UK, then they would not be forcing them to suppress their accents to sound more American.
Bro, what the frick? Because like I said, it could just be simply voice direction. Like, we don't want Kaching to sound like overtly British or something. Try to make her sound kind of similar to like the old Kaching. But that's not what the discussion is here. It's these people are saying there's a conspiracy that Hoyo's this is what I think they're trying to say, right? They're trying to say that there's a conspiracy that Hoyo's hiring UK talent and like trying to get them to hide their accent because they don't want to be caught doing that or something. It's just such a weird thing to say. And like there's a lot of points that could counter what they're saying here, but I'll just bring up one of them. You really think Hoyo cares about that? Hoyo doesn't care. You think they're going to care that like a few people on Bluesky are going to get mad? Or let's just say even like 100, or I'll be like way too generous and we could say hundreds of people on Bluesky are going to get mad. Dude, Hoyo does not care about that at all. They're not freaking trying to like hire people overseas and hide it. It's ridiculous.
It's literally something that you are making up in your head, buddy.
Yeah.
You are making this up in your head. They could be dialing back their accent so that it's not too big of a shift from the last character. Not
exactly.
because the accent is bad.
Exactly.
And not to suppress the accent entirely. They were probably full-blown go into their UK voice accent like later on, okay? These people are like unhinged.
Yeah, dude, Pomeranian of Doom's freaking like, I don't want to be too mean, but like kind of crazy person, you know? Like, you got to worry about this person a little bit. I worry about what's going on upstairs with Pomeranian of Doom.
Even up to now that they just wanted all characters to have a translated American accent for consistency, as it's the most default sounding non-English native speakers. If we start hearing different accents in 6.0 though, then the direction is shifted. Even Reverse 1999 had better voice acting since it was intended, and the characters have unique accents. Hiring a UK voice actor just to do a translated American accent is so off-putting, and it will put pressure on the actors themselves. So now the company is just being mean to the voice actors. Dude, these people don't know when to just give it up, okay?
Well, yeah, and what's really happening is they're being mean to the new VA, right? Like, as usual, this group of people, this type of people, have no issues harassing anyone when they, like, try and justify it with their own twisted logic. That's really not even logical, so saying logic is an oxymoron, but you guys know what I mean. Also, I gotta apologize. I feel kind of brain rotted trying to make sense of the stuff we were just reading. Like, I don't think it's confirmed that Kaching's new VA is from the UK, but that was like, I was commenting on the stuff they were saying about hiring from UK. And we do know that some of these companies have been going overseas, so maybe it's a UK VA for sure, but I think I may have made it sound like we definitively know where the new Kaching VA is from, and we don't. So yeah, just to clear that up really quick.
It's on them. Okay, so they support this. This is insane. Sounds like a new tone they are taking for catching. It'll take time though. Look what happened to the ex-Tiganari one. Everyone hated it, but now it's normal. Thank you. It'll grow. It'll honestly sound adorable yet mature at the same time. Thank you. You can see that this comment was not liked. They did not like that comment.
Yeah, they probably blocked her after that. Like freaking blocked Crystal. Wait, Crystal, is that the same? Oh my gosh, hold up. Bro, I knew that Crystal looked familiar. This is a video I made 2 months ago. That's why I'm like, dude, I look all freaking messed up there in the corner. What the heck? That's not my best freeze frame, that's for sure. But, what? I look depressed, man. But, yeah, 2 months ago I made this video. Genshin VA for Paimon just got even crazier. And basically what happened is Crystal was kind of like defending Jacob Takanashi on Bluesky, like disagreeing with the people harassing Jacob Takanashi. But ultimately, Karina successfully gaslit this person and manipulated this person, Crystal, so much that Crystal actually made an apology when Crystal was not even in the wrong. And then Karina responds and is basically like, oh, I'm so glad that you've seen the error of your ways. You've like grown as a person. And it's like, bro, you freaking gaslit this person. You lied to Crystal. And then like praising Crystal for successfully falling for the manipulation. Karina's done a lot of terrible stuff, as you guys know. I think this is definitely up there on the list of terrible things that Karina has done. But yeah, just keep in mind that full video is like 15 minutes, and I try to just give like a 1-minute explanation there. So yeah, there's a little bit more to it than all that. But if you want to watch the full video, if you haven't seen it, consider watching it. Link in the description. And now back to Paper Bag Boys video. And the reason I brought the Crystal stuff up is because, of course, Crystal's right here. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the same Crystal, isn't it? So yeah, anyways. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit now, actually. Let's get to this VA stuff right around here.
These are insane. You know, they backtrack on all of their statements. This is a good one. This is a plus. Christian Banis, Thomas VA, also wants to come back. Oh, thank you. I formally shared my intent to record, and I hope I'm allowed to still. Hoyo staff plus fans have been amazing to me. It broke my heart not recording. I understand if they move on. I get it. I miss Thama, and I would be blessed to continue voicing him. That's right, boys. They are backtracking hard now. They have not got the call back yet. With other people voicing their roles and others getting calls with ultimatums, the people who have not gotten a call while striking are absolutely terrified. That's right. They are panicking, and they are panicking hard, boys. I'm going to show you 4 different freaking examples of this, of people being like, oh, dude, they might not call me. They might not call me back. But if they do, I am so willing now. I am willing now to do it. Okay, I'm willing now to do it. Are you coming back to voice Thomas soon? We missed you and your voice, and I don't want to start the Anecdote Chronicles without your voice. And he says, yeah, he really does want to come back. But the next one is this. Zhao's VA recently said they'll come back whenever they're needed. That's right, boys. These people have not gotten a call back yet, and they are panicking. They are panicking.
It's too bad so many of these VAs took part in the work refusal to begin with.
Hardcore. And it is.
I don't know what like level of involvement that they all have or don't have, but clearly a lot of them at the very least in solidarity with it, or excuse me, were more involved.
Great day. Oh, dude, they shouldn't have took part in the strike. They shouldn't have took part in the strike. Are you a part of the work refusal on Genshin, or are you coming back in the future since the agreement with SAG's been signed? I plan on returning when they need me. Okay.
What agreement? Wait, what agreement got signed? I don't think that person's correct. Are they conflating the like actual video game strike thing with Hoyoverse?
Absolutely. Mika's VA, Rob Miara, says he will return as Mika when the call comes. When the call comes, boys. Now, listen, if any of these voice actors have just not been working since then, like they haven't had any lines that needed to be done, I understand that. But some of these I know were on strike, okay? I know. Here he says, I love and miss your work as Mika as much. He's my absolute favorite character. Can we look forward to hearing your voice again with everyone else returning? I really missed it in the Lantern Rite. This is one of the ones that I knew was striking, okay? If Hoyo comes back and asks for a return, I'll happily do so. So not if Hoyo signs an agreement now, boys. Have you guys noticed that? It's no longer if Hoyo signs an agreement. It is now if they just call me. If they just call me, I'll come back. Like, oh my God. Mika fans have been the absolute sweetest, and y'all are the reason I do what I do. Well, then maybe you should have stayed working, okay? Maybe you should have stayed working. Hu Tao, boys, Hu Tao. Now, Hu Tao's VA is actually good, okay? I love the work that they do. The issue is they were striking in solidarity. I'm pretty sure that they're on the list of the ones that were striking in solidarity. And
well, not just that. I think didn't this VA also leave like a negative remark about Jacob Takanashi? I hate saying it because yeah, Hu Tao's like a great character, and the VA does good work as Hu Tao. But I think I'm like 99% sure she did. Let me just pull it up just to be sure. Yeah, it was this one right here. She responded, John Pat Node was like, thank you for standing strong and holding the line with us. You're a real one. And then if we scroll this, she says, clears throat. Some of us shake my effing head. This timing right after the announcement about Jacob Takanashi and all that.
And it's very sad if that's the case, you know what I mean? But Brianna Knickerbocker, everybody knows who this one is. Guess the cat's out of the bag. I'm so happy to be back. It's Hu Tao, my precious ghosty girl. That's right, boys. She got the call. She got the call, and she was like, I don't care.
It just sounds so fake, though. Like, what the frick do you mean? I'm so excited to be back. Nothing changed, though. Hoyoverse didn't sign anything. Just a few months ago, talking about how important it is to stand in solidarity with the strike. Like, oh, you're a real one if you stand with us, but not if you don't stand with us and all that. Making it sound like it's existential for VAs. Like, I refuse to work. We refuse to work unless Hoyoverse signs this agreement. Hoyoverse doesn't sign anything, but now just a few months later, oh, I'm so excited to be back to work. Oh, I wanted to do this. Blah, 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 blah. Like I said, comes off really disingenuous to me.
You know what I mean? But Brianna Knickerbocker, everybody knows who this one is. Guess the cat's out of the bag. I'm so happy to be back. It's Hu Tao, my precious ghosty girl. That's right, boys. She got the call. She got the call, and she was like, I don't care about AI protections anymore. I'm coming back. I don't want to lose my job. They saw Kaylee Mills and Paimon VA Karina Butker literally get recast, and then they instantly flipped the script, boys. They flipped the script. As you guys can tell, the Genshin VA drama is ending. That's right, boys. It's ending. So make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe so that you can stay up with my content.
Very entertaining video by Paperbag Boy. I will link the full thing in the description. And I think what's going on here, I mean, I could explain this much more thoroughly, but I don't want to go on a whole long thing at the end of the video. So I'll just simply say, I think some of the VAs are afraid of getting recast like we just saw happen to Kaylee Mills and Karina Betker. But I also think some of them are trying to return to work because there's, I'm presuming that there is less internal pressure from this clique to remain in the collective work refusal against Hoyoverse now that the official SAG strike is done. So they're losing some momentum, and now more and more of those VAs are fracturing away from it. On the other hand, we have seen some of the VAs in the clique, like Sean Chiplock, wanting to still go forward with a collective work refusal, saying he won't go back to work unless an agreement is signed, according to my recollection. Now, again, I could talk about all of this much more thoroughly, but it feels like burying the lead here at the end. So I'll leave that premise with that TLDR, and we'll expand on that in future videos. But yeah, that's what I think is going on. And once again, great video. Let me know what you guys think about all this stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. Consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed my coverage, and I'll see you in the